Falcons win again, and welcome into Falcons Today by Chat Sports. My name is Moose. 26-19 in what I like to call the injury bowl, because every single other play it felt like an Arizona Cardinals player was going down with some sort of injury. But that is not the reason the Atlanta Falcons won. The reason that the Falcons won right now is because they're playing good football. Falcons fans, I'm going to break down what I saw from this game. I'm going to break down everything you need to know about where the Falcons are right now in their 2025 season. And is this enough to save Raheem Morris's job? Before we start, I want to bring something to attention real quick. There's a lot of you that know that here at Chat Sports, multiple hosts cover multiple channels, right? I cover the Broncos as well, okay? It is part of my job, okay? I cannot tell my bosses that I'm only going to cover one team. I can't do that because I'm an employee. And when they tell me to cover teams, I cover those teams. It does not mean that I am not a Falcons fan. It does not mean that I am solely a Broncos fan. I can have two favorite teams. And my two favorite teams growing up, my dad's favorite player was John Elway, so I rooted for the Broncos. My favorite player growing up was Julio Jones, so I rooted for the Falcons. It can be mutually exclusive, my friends. So for the people that are talking shit about me and telling me that I'm a fake fan, I highly implore you to look at the mirror and look into deep reflection or whatever you want to do and ask yourself one question. Am I really making anybody feel any sort of way about what I do for my job or my ability to talk about our favorite team together? Let's move on and talk about the game itself, because today's just been a roller coaster for me. Bijan Robinson is perhaps the most electric player I have seen for this team in quite some time. I mean, honestly, he not in the style of play because they play different positions, but he reminds me of what Vic was, right? Like he's got such explosivity. He's so quick on his feet, and the highlight plays over and over and over again. 167 yards from scrimmage today. Every time you look up, Bijan's going for another big gain. It is so unbelievable to watch this guy play football, and I really, really hope that the Atlanta Falcons do not screw this guy's career up. Another thing that I want to mention is that there was actually a commitment to the running game today. The Atlanta Falcons had a grand total of 37 carries. Or am I getting that incorrect? What am I looking at? 37. No, I was correct. It was 37 carries. 37 carries today if you count some of the kneel downs by Kirk and the quarterback sneak that Kirk had. And we'll get to Kirk here in just a little bit. So if you want to call it an actual rush, I guess you could say it was 33 total carries. The commitment to the run game today was excellent. It's actually something that I've kind of been clamoring for the entirety of the year is why do we not just pound the rock with Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson more? I just don't get it. I thought the Falcons' offensive line today wasn't nearly as good as it should have been. I feel like as the season has progressed, they've gotten not significantly worse, but it's been progressively worse. And today I looked up way too many times and I saw Kirk, trying to get rid of a ball on a blitz or, under pressure and having to just throw one away, especially early on in the first quarter. It just felt like nonstop pressure in Kirk Cousins' face. But I thought Kirk was very good again today. I won't say excellent, right? The interception was not his fault. Drake London slips and falls. I don't think it happens. And also, Jake Matthews, catch that ball in the end zone, man. Oh, my God. I think Kirk is playing great football right now, man. I really do. It is clear to me that Kirk is fully healthy and very capable of being a high-end, probably the number one bridge in the league to being a lower-end starter for a team. I don't want to say that Kirk Cousins could go out next year at the age of 38 and lead a team to a Super Bowl or an AFC or an NFC championship game. But do I think he can compete for the playoffs? Yes, I do. You're watching it real time. You're watching Kirk play at his very best coming back from these injuries from last year. His shoulder seems better, right? So everything looks better from a Kirk health perspective, and it is translating to the skill position players on offense. Kyle Pitts is having another unbelievable stretch of games down this. I don't know where this Kyle Pitts has been. It's almost like immediately, as soon as the season ends and Kirk comes in, everything just starts to like unfold and the Falcons start playing good football. I get it. It's the Cardinals. Cardinals aren't good either. They went up against Jacoby Brissett. He's a backup. I'm not going to sit here for a moment and pretend like the Cardinals are a legitimate contender, but you're supposed to beat bad teams, and the Falcons have nonstop played down to their competition this entire season. So it is fine for me to say, look, I'll take the W over Jacoby Brissett because you're supposed to beat the bad teams. You're supposed to beat the Jets. You lost. You're supposed to beat the Dolphins. You lost. Like, there are so many. You should not have gotten blown out by the Panthers. You should not have lost and gotten swept by the Panthers. Just think, if we win 1 or 2 more games, we are still playing for the division. We are only 2 games back now from the Carolina Panthers. Now, we are mathematically eliminated, so there's no shot in hell that we make the NFL or the playoffs. But isn't it kind of frustrating to see this team finally start to find pieces and click a little bit with the talent that they've already got on the offense? The pass rush continues to impress. Brandon Dorlus gets a sack today. Arnold Ebiketie gets a sack today. Hell, we'll talk about the defense and C.J. Henderson. I have been begging to see these players come from the practice squad and find their way onto the field. I'm upset, but I'm not upset because the Falcons won. They're playing good football right now, which makes me feel good. But at the same time, I'm like, where was this 4 weeks ago? We're going to talk about the defense here coming up in just a sec. Before I do that, I'm going to tell you about my friends over at Prize Picks. Christmas is 4 days away now, my friends. You got to get your last-minute shopping deals done. But there is one place where it continues to be right, and that is with our friends over at Prize Picks. On Prize Picks, how you play is up to you. If you want flexibility, choose the flex play, where you can get paid even if one of your picks misses. And if you want the biggest payouts, go for the power play. No matter what your play is, Prize Picks is a great way to put your takes to the ultimate test. If your fantasy season is already cooked, mine is definitely done, but with Prize Picks, you don't have to wait to play fantasy football. Every week is fantasy football. You win when your players hit. It takes 30 seconds to make a lineup. Pick your player, more or less on their stat projections. Watch your money multiply up to 2,000 times your cash this football season on Prize Picks. Do me a favor, download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS. To get $5 instantly, or $50 instantly in lineups, when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It is good to be right. I'm going to briefly mention what I mentioned at the very beginning of this episode. For those of you who want to get down in the comment section and blast me for covering multiple channels, your former host, Petey, covered the Browns, the Broncos, and the Atlanta Falcons. He covered 3 teams here at Chat Sports. It's part of the gig. It's part of the landscape. You've got to do your job. I'm a man that is an employee. I get a paycheck just like you guys. I have to go out and perform. I've got to go out and do my job. Does that mean I don't like the Atlanta Falcons? Does that mean I'm a fake Falcons fan? If you feel that way, then this is not the channel for you. I try to give you guys my authentic takes every single week. I give you nonstop Atlanta Falcons content, and I feel like sometimes that just, that hurts. That really, I'm not going to lie to you guys. That it kind of hurts my feelings that you guys call me a fake fan, but I digress. Let's talk one more time quickly about the game, the defense. Some coach, if we get rid of Raheem, and at this point, I don't know if we are because he keeps winning, someone will be licking their chops, salivating to coach this defense. There's so much talent. There is so much talent on this defensive line. Maybe not in the run-stopping game. You still need a nose tackle. But definitely in the pass rush. They've got players like Xavier Watts, Billy Bowman when he comes back. The injuries have not been kind to the Atlanta Falcons this year. This team has got so much talent. They are not that far away. They need a competent coaching staff. They need a legitimate offensive coordinator. They need to get healthy again. And they need a couple of pieces here and a couple of pieces there. I thought that James Pierce Jr., another half sack today. He continues to impress me. Arnold Ebiketie was awesome. Brandon Dorless was awesome. We continue to talk about the same players over and over again because they are good players. And then just last week, Raheem comes out and says we need to do more talent evaluation and get players in that we can evaluate for next year. Well, finally, C.J. Henderson gets the nod to get back up on the team, and he makes a great play, interception at the very end of the game. Kobe Bryant made a couple of great plays today. There's still some development that he needs in coverage. There's no doubt. He's a rookie, an undrafted free agent rookie. Xavier Watts is awesome. Like, there's so much talent on this team that if it's coached properly, if the right people are put in place, this team can absolutely win the division next year. There's no doubt in my mind. Even at 6-9. Even at 6-9. This team can. I mean, hell, you were 3 of 3 for red zone scoring today. That's awesome. That is awesome. And you held the Cardinals to 0 of 2. Time of possession, you dominated. Yards, you won. I mean, like, every single bit of the game today, in all phases, continues to look a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. And if you can end the season at 8-9, I will not ever let Raheem live it down, because with the way that this season has gone, holy cow. But if Raheem is doing enough to save his job, let me know in the comment section down below. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Come back to me in a couple days. I really don't know, because they're playing better. Kirk is playing well. Bijan's excellent. Drake London comes back today. Right? Like, when we get healthy, who knows what this team is going to look like down the stretch. If you beat the Rams next week, you absolutely are bringing Raheem Morris back. That's not a want. That's not a need. I'm telling you like it is. If you beat the Rams, he's coming back. He will. I don't think Zach Robinson is going to come back. I don't think Marquise Williams is going to come back, but you will definitely see Raheem Morris come back. That's all I got for you on today's episode. I don't like to get super emotional. You can grade the Falcons, by the way, as well, down in the comment section today. I don't like to get super emotional on you guys, and I never, ever mention my other channel here on Falcons Today, because you don't deserve that. Like, you deserve somebody that talks about your team in its fulfillment, and that's what I try to do. Like, when I'm hosting Falcons, I'm hosting Falcons. I am the Falcons guy. And like I told you, it does hurt me a little bit that I get called a fake fan. Now, I get it. It comes with the territory, right? Like, you got to be a man about it. You got to understand that people are going to say what they're going to say, and you just got to move on with that. But I hope that I have given you guys enough to prove myself as someone that loves this football team, who cares about this fan base, and who cares about the success of the Atlanta Falcons. And if that's not enough for you, that's fine. That's fine. It's enough for me. That's all I got for you today. Quick little reminder to like today's video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, rise up and be cool.